Hello, YouTube. This is Angel Charms. And let me first start out by saying that I don't do this colorism shit. We are all black women. And I have all shades of black women in my family. Okay? Now, to you, Miss Raggedy Ann, the pasty coated Cracker Jack box reject conservative observer. You want to have some people coming after me by saying I'm a dark skinned woman that's terrorizing or harassing lighter shade women. Whatever, bitch. Whatever. And then you want to go into calling me a tranny. Tranny this and tranny that. That is so 2022. Even Crystal Swirls tried that shit with me and it don't work. It doesn't work if it's not true. So, I'd like for you to prove it is. But in the meantime, let's take a look at what I can prove about you. I think you're more tranny than anybody in these spaces. Whew, take some makeup lessons. Why you always look like you're in pain? Are you still hurt from the surgery? The, are the staples healing okay? Is this pre or post op? I notice you're always looking in the corner. And I know they say that's, when you're thinking. But, I'm starting to wonder, are you seeing ghosts or hearing voices? Looks like you're thinking, should I or shouldn't I keep my penis? Hmm, could this be the Hamburglar's long lost sister? Damn if it quacks like a duck. Child, why is half your face above your lip much lighter than below that? It's got that look again. Oh no. Did I do the right thing about having this surgery? Oh, yeah, definitely before those cheeks were sunk in. You looking a little chunky too around the mouth. Hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order? Filter. Improvement or no?
Somebody asking about the video I think that I made in March. I think someone's confused about it or something like that. Yes, I still am and will always be. I'll always wait. I want to explain something because I think people get confused because I sometimes will explain that I am LGBT, right? And for me, it's like I have a situation where I try to conform, I guess you could say. I conform like
Transform.
this. Not like seriously conform. No. Weird.
Tranny.
It doesn't really seem like my screen. Well, anyway, it's fine. Like I try to conform when it comes to gender and all that shit, okay? Sometimes. But I really was thinking about my gender identity and my whole issue with that. Because I've talked about it, I think, 3 times. One time I said I was a masculine woman. Another time I talked about my job with, what's it called? My telephone interview experience, where I said when I was a teen, I used to prank call people, telling them I was a guy and all that stuff. And I would take guys' photos and I would pretend I was a guy, which is, this is the weird part about it. It's not really the weird part being the gender part for me because I've always known that about me. Like,
Girl, you know
when
you
I
ain't
was
gotta
like
pretend.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I didn't know about gender enough. I just thought the females were people who had no penis, basically. I didn't know I had a vagina until I was like 9, I think. You can't really find it down there. Like, and then when I was 9, I think I just knew I was bleeding because my period. But anyway,
Can't make this shit up.
so I just knew like you look different down there and you grow breasts. But I didn't really actually know like the difference between a woman and a man. The reason why I didn't know this was because, well, I grew up with a single mom, and my mom has hands like mine. You see, you see, can see how my finger is prominent. She has fingers just like mine, which means when we were in vitro, we were masculinized, basically. Um, More testosterone, basically, in utero when you have a prominent ring finger, basically. And if you have a prominent
Basically.
pointer finger, you have more estrogen. It shows basically
Basically.
your environment in vitro, basically. So
Let's have a
basically,
drinking
I
game
say
with
that because
basically.
my mother has masculine qualities. Now, she will tell you she's feminine, I guess, and I have qualities like her in a sense where I can do some things that she does that are feminine. That's why I can like dress up and all that stuff and be feminine, basically. The thing is about me is like the only time I really want to be feminine at all is right before my period or like now, right on my period, literally. And then like 2, 3 days after my period, I'm back to just like feeling like I'm a guy again. So it's like it's like my mind wants to get me used to the fact that I'm going to bleed. And then after I'm done bleeding, I'm back to feeling like I'm a guy again. And I've always felt like maybe there's a hormonal imbalance, but then again, I've gotten tested for that. And I had prolactin that was like higher levels. It was like 35. No, the first time it was 24, and then the second time it was 35. But yeah, I had the levels that were higher, and they said that it would cause like problems with fertility. And oh yeah, I had progesterone that was flat. It was like no progesterone, I think they said. I had none, which that goes into what I'm going to talk about in a sec. But anyway, this was when I was 22 though. But I mean, like, I've had this problem since I was 10, I think, where I just feel more feminine right before my period. And like, when I'm ovulating, it's different. It's kind of like I am sexualized. A lot of my femininity is very sexualized. Like, I realize with men, it's almost like I try to be with men so I can feel more like a woman, being completely honest. Like, that's a part of it. Whereas, like, especially right when I'm ovulating. Before then, I don't really have that much interest in sex with a man as a woman. I would prefer if I like had male parts to have sex with him that way. But nowadays, it's like when I'm ovulating is the main time when I'm like basically more feminine sexually. And it's like I've tried to have sex with guys when I'm not ovulating before, and it always feels awkward. Like, trying like I realize with men, it's almost like I try to be with men so I can feel more like a woman, being completely honest. Like, that's a part of it. Whereas, like, especially right when I'm ovulating. Before then, I don't really have that much interest in sex with a man as a woman. I would prefer if I like had male parts to have sex with him that way.
And now about my feet. Girl, you reaching. But okay, let's see. People go to the store to buy shoes. And some people actually have to get their shoe size but in a wide form. I wear a size 9 wide because I have a wide foot. So there you go. It is what it is. I got wide feet. So I wear a size 9 wide. No big deal. But you want to make it one though. But I will tell you this. These feet that you're talking about, and I'm 170 pounds, almost 200. Well, my feet hold my weight well.